When visiting Ilo City, the Jaro area is a must-see. You have many great restaurants, you have beautiful churches, and all your buildings that you could want from the 1800s. We're going to go ahead and walk into the Jaro Plaza. Yes, you heard me correctly that time, Jaro. I was saying Jaro many times in this video because it's spelled J-A-R-O. But typical to the Spanish way of saying things, they also say Jaro here. Forgive my ignorance. So what I really dug in this park, besides just like they framed up all the buildings real nice, are these statues. Always been a big fan of like symbolism in statues, and I can't tell you about these ones in particular, but basically when you see a dude pointing up in the sky, it means like acknowledgement of a higher power, like, or recognition of a higher power, which makes a lot of sense for this area because it's highly religious. There were people from the Baptist church running around and preaching. They had statues of the Mother Mary. There's churches all along the perimeter. It's a highly religious area. Little fact, there were no horse statues here, but historically in statues, if you have a horse and a rider, if the horse has all four hooves on the ground, it means the rider died of natural causes. One hoof raised means that the rider died from injuries sustained in battle. And two hooves in the air means that the rider died inside the battle, like during the battle. So, little nerdy fact for you. I dig symbolism in statues. Now you know a little something you can tell people too. The park is super well maintained. There were tons of people sweeping up and maintaining things, like really, really good. Super clean too, not a lick of trash anywhere. I would highly recommend coming it out. You know, these people spend a lot of time making it nice for you, so come and check it out and make that time worthwhile. Here in the background, you can see the Jaro Metropolitan Cathedral. Let's go check it out together, shall we? The Jaro Cathedral is the seat of Catholicism in Western Visayas and is the center of devotion to the Our Lady of the Candles. The stairs on the cathedral's facade above the main entrance of the church lead to the shrine of the Lady of the Candles, or Nuestra Señora de la Candelaria. What's distinctive about the church is that its bell tower is located across the street near Jaro Plaza. While belfries are typically built next to the churches, the Jaro bell tower was built away from the church because the area is prone to earthquakes. This cathedral was built in 1874 and was damaged by an earthquake in 1948. It was repaired in 1956 by the first Archbishop of Jaro. And the Archdiocese of Jaro is one of the oldest dioceses in the country. It has a fiesta every February 2nd. Pretty cool little cathedral, huh? Well, let's get back into the park and get to walking again, shall we? Nice little spot. There is a lot of traffic and all the traffic noise here, which kind of crushes the park feel to it. What's really neat is they had like some light piano music, some relaxing piano music playing. So if you go in the center of the park on one of those benches, you kind of feel like you're not in the city so much anymore. But there's definitely still horns are honking and traffic about. So what I'm digging is kind of these buildings. I don't know too much about them. Some of them look like they're definitely Spanish inspired, which would make sense because the Spanish had settled or colonialized, or whatever you want to call it, this area, and built up some really great architecture. Let's take a look. This right here is called the Casa Marquette. I know I said that wrong because it's definitely a different name. I don't know if I'm allowed to go in here or what, but it's a pretty cool building. This is the oldest building in Iloilo, and it was constructed in 1805 or 1803. Thank you, Patrick. And that was constructed by the Spanish when they were colonizing the area. I always dig seeing like old buildings whenever I go somewhere. You know, because every place has its own like kind of just coolness with the architecture. Like Tokyo was really one of my favorites. It was a mix of like the old traditional temples with these new giant skyscrapers, and it really brought in like an interesting dialectic. This here is the Don LaQuinn. Dang, I almost had it. It's called an ancestral house, though. So I'm assuming it was a house of a really important guy from a long time ago. You can say this place used to be probably just sweet, like a sweet mansion. But seen better days. Needs a fresh coat of paint, I think. Imagine being up there surveying your lands. Here I am at Jeju Ramen Food Park, getting ready to catch a bite to eat.
Hi, welcome to Jaro.
Nate here at the Jeju Ramen Shop. Now, this particular place, very interesting concept. It's a kind of a South Korean style. And I'm here with my good friend Chico, who's going to go ahead and show us around.
Our best seller here is our Jin Ramen. Here,
All right.
this is umami flavor, and it has a little kick of spiciness.
All right,
Not
excellent.
too spicy, but a little thick.
All right, excellent. So, all right, I'll go ahead and eat
Yep.
that. Where do I do after I pick it up out of the
Well,
counter?
after we select, we have to transfer there in our
All
payment
right.
area.
Let's rock and roll.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And after we choose, then we should get our pass here, same as our trays,
Okay.
and we have to put it here. And we have our rubber mats over here. Then if you want toppings, for example, you want this fish tofu, it costs 3 for 20 pesos. We have to transfer there. In our cooking area, there will be someone who will assist you or to guide you.
This is basically like the college hangout.
Yes, most of them are college students.
Central Philippine University,
Yes.
CPU. All right. So that's kind of like the main client base here.
Yes.
So it looks like our ramen's
Ramen is
done. What should we do now, Chico?
Then we have to get it here since it is not hot. And we have to bring it into your table.
All right, awesome. So this is one of their imported drinks from Korea. Just told that this is the most popular one. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good. I haven't used chopsticks in a long time, so don't roast me too bad in the comments section. Even when I was in South Korea, I didn't end up using chopsticks. In Japan, I did. Got pretty good at it, but. Chico cooks up a mean ramen. Overall, if you're a tourist here in Ilo City, I would highly recommend coming out to the Jaro area and coming and seeing the park. A lot of cool churches around, a lot of cool old buildings from the 1800s, quite a few good restaurants. I've actually heard quite a bit of scuttlebutt online, but there's multiple places that are really good to eat around here. And you saw the place I ate at. So good. So definitely come on out, spend a couple hours. If you're living here, go ahead and hang out at the park. It's a beautiful place with some beautiful piano music.